So I woke up this morning and guess what? YouTube took my video down. Um, Very weird how they did it too, and I'm going to explain that. I'm also going to explain to you why I think they took the video down. Remember the video, Nancy Guthrie and the Iranian woman, and I exposed everything about her and probably what's going on? Well, am I getting close? Welcome to Fugitive TV. I am your host, Ray Marcel, where we take a look at cases and we take a look at them from a different perspective. Because I was once a fugitive on the run from the law myself. I actually did it for 15 years. I was living in different countries under different names before things started catching up and I had to turn myself in. Now I'm a motivational speaker. I have this YouTube channel. I try and help other family members locate missing individuals or people that need to be brought to justice. Well, I'm bringing you this video. It has to do with Nancy Guthrie. In case you didn't see one of my last videos that I posted, I had a video titled Nancy Guthrie and the Iranian woman, Tina. Am I close to solving this? And I exposed everything about this woman that she goes by the name of Tina. I told you guys all of her companies. Not only about all of her companies, because the woman is very wealthy. She also has a company called Magtab, Magtab. Magtab is a company, come to find out, that it looks like they engineered a piece of military equipment for soldiers or for the military to accomplish missions easier. Okay, they can communicate people without using Wi-Fi. It didn't explain exactly what it did, which I'm pretty sure is not going to explain all of it, because you don't want the enemy reading about everything, right? But it did explain that it was designed and engineered for military grade individuals to accomplish a mission a lot easier, and that they had to do. So I was wondering what they had to do with this device, and if that device was also used to put in the pocket to go and when they abducted Nancy Guthrie. I don't know. And there was not only that, there was about 5 other companies. Okay, she also has a husband, which I exposed to you guys, who is a professor, okay, at Arizona, and he is an engineer too. Okay. And not only that, she also has a business partner, who is also an engineer. And the business partner and Tina, they actually put together a invention. It's a UV lamp, and the lamps, allegedly destroys DNA. Now, I don't know why you would need this lamp. I don't know why, but that is the business partner. And then you have the clinical research aspect. Okay. Under the Lincoln account and even under her business profile, she's got a clinical research project, or I should say a lab, whatever you want to call it, a business. And the business does clinical research. They also do wellness, okay? They do wellness through like magnetic waves, electromagnetic waves, natural wellness, things like that. And then there was also a company that was sort of like Botox, but it's not Botox. It's like their own type of style, okay? Well, I don't know if they inject you with it, but it's to help you look younger and, things like that. So there's a bunch of companies that was associated with these individuals, these 3 individuals, who was Tina, her husband, and the business partner. And all of them are Middle Eastern. All of them have multiple properties along Arizona, Tucson, up to Phoenix. And the weird thing about this was every single business went back to a house in Paradise Valley. It was a house it went back to in Paradise Valley, which, if I remember correctly, was right in the Phoenix area, or right outside the Phoenix area. Since they took the video down, I can't go back to look. So I have to really go back over my notes, okay, to look at that. But it was very interesting that when I did some research, and mind you guys, it didn't take me that long, okay? You know how long it took me to find all this? about 3 hours, 4 hours, okay, of just constant research. So just imagine if I had all day long, okay, or a couple days of just straight, I don't know, I might be close to solving it. Who knows? But we also told you the weapon that was used that was in front of the holster, okay? A Carco Model F. We told you that that is the possible weapon that was used thanks to um, Julia, who does a lot of my research with me, blowing up the picture and then me cross-referencing it with other weapons. So we think that might have been used. Walkie-talkies, jammers, a lot of people are talking about that. It could have been both of them. We don't know. We just know he had a backpack full of equipment. Well, they took that video down. Now, this is not the first time I've had a video taken down before, okay? I've had a video taken down before, and a lot of times they will give me guidelines on what to do. Hey, edit this part of the video out, okay? And then you can put the video back up. Most of the time, that is what they tell me to do. I would say pretty much almost all the time, except for one other video that I had to take down, okay, and I was never allowed to put up again. And that video also had to do with this case, Nancy Guthrie, okay? And it was very early on. Well, this video, I woke up in the morning, it was around 4 a.m. I looked at my email and it said YouTube removed your content. So I looked at it. As soon as it said that, I knew which video it was. I was like, it's the video that I put up exposing everything. So a lot of times they don't want you to expose, let's say, a person's where they live at, which I get it. They don't want you to expose personal information, like, any sort of ways you can contact them personally. I get that. So I was looking to see exactly where it told me I did something and I can trim it out. Well, not this video, not this one. This one, when I went to go trim the segment out, because it will tell you where you can trim the segment out. Nope. It basically was saying that you have this segment you can trim out, but there's a lot more other segments you need to take out of this. A lot more. So I'm looking at it like, oh, basically you're saying the video I think was 45 minutes. So from that 45 minutes, it was pretty much telling me I'm only allowed to put up maybe 15 minutes of it. 15 minutes of it, which was just me talking. I can't show you nothing else. Even with the Magtab device, okay? The Magtab device had no personal information on it whatsoever. It's actually on a public domain. It even said to trim that out. Why would it have me trim out a public domain's device? Why? It's on a public domain, but I have to trim it out. There is no personal information on it. There's none whatsoever. It just tells you about the device. So if they don't want you to know about the device, why is it on a public domain? Or is it because I happen to stumble upon, this device, which they really don't want people to see? My grandma used to say, if you want something hidden, put it in the book. And I never understood that. Never understood that. Put it in a book. As I got older, I kind of understood what she's talking about now. The book is public. You can go right there and pick up the book off the shelf, but how many people are going to open it up and read the book to find what you want hidden? So I get what she was saying. I never got it. But did they take it down because maybe I exposed a little too much? Was it a little too much information that I put out there for the public that the public was not supposed to know? That I happened to stumble across? I don't know. You guys tell me. What do you think? Now, I might possibly try and redo the video, but I'm going to try and redo the video maybe in a different way. Okay? Maybe in a different way. We'll see. But I find it funny that this case, out of all the cases I have reported, okay, this case is one of the only cases that gives me issues with uploading certain videos. All right. I think I had an issue one time with Kada Scott. Actually, the Kada Scott case, the young lady out of Philadelphia who went missing, and ended up being unalived by a certain individual. We don't know if he did it or not. He's actually in jail fighting the charges right now still. Um, But I remember when the court documents came out and they removed my video because I showed you too much on the court document. So I decided just to read them to you and I show them to you. So I remember that was probably my first video to where they actually took something down of me. But this one, this is my second video about this case where they taken something down. And not only that, on this video, they didn't tell me, hey, well, if you take this segment out or this portion of the video out, you can re-upload it. No, what they're telling me is I pretty much have to redo the whole video, and not only redo the whole video, I have to submit the video for review, human review, which means they have to review it and then allow the video, okay? So instead of doing that, I'm just going to redo the video. And I'm going to redo the video in a different type of way. That's if you guys want me to redo the video, okay? So let me know below. Do you want me to redo the video? And I'm going to just redo it maybe in a different type of way. Maybe add a little more information inside of the video, okay? Let me know, all right? Because I kind of figured out how to do certain things. But does this mean I'm getting close, people? Does this mean I am getting close? Think about this. Think about something here. All my videos that I've done about Tommaso, where I maybe exposed some information. The bandmates, I exposed some information, all right? Luke Daly, I exposed some information. Kayla No, all right? Who is rumored or allegedly to be Nancy Guthrie's niece through the family line some sort of way, who went to jail before Luke Daly did, okay? Or before Luke Daly, I should say, got pulled over and detained. Kayla and Luke, they were also arrested last year in a Walmart parking lot for narcotics and weapons. Okay, so that's how that connection goes. So even after exposing them, my videos are fine. They were fine. Carlos, the first one who got detained, remember him? By the border. Even his father, I put up there. Kayla's husband, who was in trouble for smuggling people, who went to prison. I put his information out there. All right? Zach. Zach is the one who is friends with the people at MG Motors that sold Luke the Range Rover. Zach is Middle Eastern. I threw his information out there. And like I said, all this is allegedly, but I threw his information out there. Nothing happened. Nothing's wrong. Not only that, the Russian guy who's part owner of MG Motors or associated with MG Motors, who had a big theft ring that was busted back in, I believe it was 2010 or 9, that I showed you guys on that one. Okay. And I can't pronounce his name. All right. I believe it was like Gurgavan or something like that. You guys let me know below that's been following. All right. Nothing. No trouble. I showed you guys even exactly where they lived at. I showed you exactly where the Russian guy lived at. Okay. Which was at one point right down the street from, I believe it was Zach. Okay. That got the Range Rover for MG Motors, and the Russian guy was related to MG Motors. They literally, you can walk to each other's house in 5 minutes. I showed you that. Nothing happened to the video. But why when I show you these 3 individuals, okay, I didn't even show you where they live at, where they reside. I didn't even show you that. The other, I did on the other ones. This one I didn't. But these 3 individuals, oh no, you got to take this video down. Ask yourself a question. Why? You guys let me know below what you think. And let me know below, should I redo the video, but in a different way? All right? Let me know. This is Fugitive TV. Please like, subscribe, take care of one another. Look out at your surroundings. Until next time, I'm out.